So you're thinking about making the move to one of Phoenix's fastest growing cities in Maricopa, and you want to know exactly where you should live in the Maricopa area. So in this video today, I will be hopping you through into my computer and just walking you around, where are some of the main things to do in Maricopa? What is it actually like living there? As well as hit on, what are some of the different neighborhoods like? And if you're thinking about moving to Maricopa, then you know exactly where to move. There's no question about it. Stay tuned because at the end we are going to cover one of the main reasons why Maricopa is one of the fastest growing cities. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. Without further ado, let's hop in my computer and walk you through Maricopa, Arizona. So as we mentioned at the start of this video, Maricopa is definitely one of the fastest growing cities, not only in like the Phoenix metro, but in the entire United States. It's growing like absolute crazy. And honestly, one of the main reasons why is that it's just a small little private small town and you're still close, to the Phoenix metro area. So if you are living here in the Maricopa area, on average it's only about 20 miles. However, there are a couple stoplights on here. And so it does take a little bit longer getting back into the city. For the most part, it's highways, but there are a couple stoplights, and especially during like rush hour, it does definitely get backed up. So if you're, going to the like Southern Chandler area, like let's say you work at Intel over here in the Ocotillo area, you could expect to, have a commute time of at least 30 minutes, if, probably more, but it's 30 minutes, just straight up. No traffic or anything like that. Now it's about 45 minutes to downtown. Again, this is all without traffic. So if you're driving in rush hour, obviously, it's going to take a little bit longer. But you have Sky Harbor here and then downtown Phoenix here, and then like the Old Town and Tempe area. So those are, some of the hottest spots for jobs. And so again, if you're living in Maricopa, depending on what part, you could expect anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Now, the town itself is, this Highway 347, the John Wayne Parkway. This main drag has literally everything in Maricopa. And in Maricopa, there's about 25 to 30,000 people, depending on which census you look at. So it's a smaller town, but it's growing. Like I said, it's growing like crazy. And we'll get into, more exactly why here in a little bit, but just kind of walking you through, what are the main things to do. Like I said, this 347 highway, this John Wayne Parkway, this has everything. As you can see, as we start scrolling in here, this has, this is going to have all of your food. This is going to have, it's got the Ace Hardware, O'Reilly. If you're looking for like major shopping, Maricopa is not going to be the place for you. You're going to have to go up to Chandler or like the Old Town Fashion Square or out in like the Santan area in Gilbert. That's again, those are all going to be 30 to 45 minutes. But the nice thing with Maricopa is it has everything that you need. It's got a bunch of fast food restaurants. It has, a lot of local restaurants, and it's all going to be here on this John Wayne Parkway as you can start to, scroll in. So Barro's Pizza, local pizza joint, but you got, Sonic, KFC, Arby's, tacos, and more. That's a really good spot. But as you can see, this 347 literally has everything. It does have, it's got two gyms. It's got Anytime Fitness, and then if you scroll down just a little bit further down here, it does have Planet Fitness as well. So two gyms that you can go, get your workouts in. And then the nice thing is that it has two huge grocery stores. So not only does it have Fry's, Fry's is Kroger, so it's all part of that Kroger brand. Back where I'm from in Nebraska, it is Baker's. But this Fry's is actually it's a big, huge Fry's. The Fry's marketplace, they have clothes. It's like a little mini Walmart. I'm not kidding. They literally have everything in this Fry's marketplace. So a huge grocery store here, and then they also have Basha's right across the street. But again, just like as we continue to search, zoom in here, like I'm telling you, there's all kinds of food. This main drag has literally everything that you will need. It's got, doctor's offices, tons of gas stations, tons of restaurants. Like, look, just as we keep scrolling down here, you can just see more and more places that keep coming up. It does also have Sprouts. It's got a Marshalls down here and cold beer and cheeseburgers. That's a local sports bar. Really good food that went in not too long ago. So again, just as you can see, like I'm telling you, they have everything that you need on this Highway 347, and it goes all the way down, all the way down kind of through Honeycutt. That's the main area. They do have a Walmart in Maricopa that's going to be more on like the eastern side of the city, but everything again, if you're living in Maricopa, this John Wayne Parkway, there we go. This is going to be your main drag. This has everything that you will need. Now, what are some things to do? It is a smaller town, so it doesn't have all of the amenities such as like Chandler or Phoenix or any of the bigger 5 million people that are living in the Phoenix metro. But it does have two really, really, really good golf courses down here in Maricopa. So the first one is Southern Dunes. They've had a couple USGA qualifiers here. This is without a doubt, hands down, one of the best golf courses, not only in Maricopa, it definitely is number one in Maricopa, but in the entire Phoenix Metro. It's by far one of the best courses that I've played. It is out on the Ak-Chen Reservation, and there's no homes. You are on a golf course. There's tall eucalyptus trees everywhere. Here, I'll zoom in and give you guys a satellite view. It is absolutely spectacular. If you have the chance and you're in Maricopa and you're a golfer, you are absolutely going to be spoiled here. In the wintertime, it does get a little expensive. They are owned by Troon, so you can get the Troon card. But just as you can see, like it's all sand in these tall eucalyptus trees. They have amazing practice facilities over here. In the summer, it is an absolute must play. So the Ak-Chen Southern Dunes is an amazing course. Honestly, my wife and I, we thought about moving down to Maricopa, and I'm not kidding, this was one of the major reasons, just to be able to be close to Southern Dunes. So it's only about 10 minutes outside of the city. And then another really, really good course. I actually have not played this yet. It is high on my list. I just haven't quite made it down there to play there is the Duke at El Dorado. Again, it's a really, really good desert course. It does go kind of back through the houses here at Rancho El Dorado, and we'll talk about this neighborhood next. But as you can see, it's very spread out. It's a desert course. This is all Bermuda, so that's why it's not all dirt. It is just dormant Bermuda. So in the summer, this is all going to be green, dark, lush green. It's crazy. It's it's crazy. It's just crazy. Now, some other things to do. Honestly, one of the best things that Maricopa has done is that in all of their neighborhoods, they have a ton of little parks. And starting at the top, this is going to be, if not the best, one of the most desirable. Everybody that is thinking about moving to Maricopa, this is their first choice, is they want to be in Rancho El Dorado. Here, we'll go back to the satellite view. And again, the main reason why everybody wants to be in here, homes are super affordable, so you can get into a starter home here in the 350s. This neighborhood goes, it can go all the way up to like the 550 area, but there's a ton of affordable options here in the El Dorado area. But one of the best parts about it is this little memorial park that you have right when you come in to El Dorado. This is all lined with palm trees. It's absolutely beautiful. And then they just have this like little lake that you can walk around. They got a playground. So this is it's a really, really cool street right as you're coming into your neighborhood development. You feel like you're in Arizona. So it's amazing. El Dorado, if we were living in Maricopa, this is 100% would have been the neighborhood that we choose. I just love all of the little parks that it has. It has a golf course throughout. There's, a wash that you can walk around in here. So really has everything. And again, like we just talked about, a lot of neighborhoods in Maricopa, they just have all these like little parks. You can bring your dog, you can bring your kids, you can just go for a walk, and it's really it's an amazing neighborhood. So if you are thinking about moving to Maricopa, Rancho El Dorado, message me and we will go and just drive around the neighborhood, because I think if you're thinking about making a move to Maricopa, you absolutely have to give it a look. Now, right across the street, Cobblestone Farms, just as good, just as competitive. Just doesn't quite have some of the the big park and amenities that El Dorado has. Still, super nice houses here. You can get, these are going to be a little bit higher end, 450 to 650 here into the Cobblestone Farms. But again, they still have, they got a park. They have everything that you will need here in the neighborhood. As we scroll in, and again, it looks brown and it looks ugly. This is just all dormant grass. So this is actually grass. That's just dormant this would be taken in the winter time. But as you can see, they got a sport court. They got a little lake that you can walk around. They got beautiful palm trees. So it's a really amazing neighborhood up here in the Cobblestone Farms. And a lot of people that choose to live up in like this northern part, a lot of them are going to commute into the city of Phoenix, because it's on the northernmost side. It's the easiest in and out. There is one stoplight right here. Outside of that, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward back to the Phoenix Valley. Just as we kind of make our way down here, if you have kids and they're going to be sending them to schools, here is down here a little bit further south. This is going to be the high school, the middle school. There's an elementary school down in here. So in this southwest corner, again, these are everything in Maricopa. It's just really nice. All these houses are anywhere from, the 350s all the way up to, 600, kind of definitely on the higher end. But all those, you're going to find those in this neighborhood right down here. Now, if you are driving to Phoenix and you're living down here in the southern part of Maricopa, we'll talk about the east here in a sec. But if you're living here in the southern part of Maricopa, just expect to add another, at least I'd say 10 minutes to be safe if you're commuting back and forth every day. Just because John Wayne Parkway, it can get a little bit slow going back up north. There's a lot of stoplights, there's a lot of traffic. This is the main, the main thoroughway throughout. So if you're living in, the southern part here in Maricopa, you can expect to add, 5 to 10 minutes. One nice thing that the southern part does have is this Copper Sky area. Copper Sky is a recreational center. It's a community center, and they have everything. So, up in the Rancho El Dorado area, how you have the lake that you can walk around. They got the fields, and they got the park, pool. They got everything down here. They got tennis courts. There's a lot baseball. I'm telling you, it's a really, really cool community. We just had a client move in right up here across the street in these. Oh, here we go. There we go. Just in Santa Rosa and the Centex areas. Brand new home for $340,000. So it's an amazing deal down here, and you're right next to the Copper Sky Recreational Center. As far as some other things to do, especially here on the south side, and then we'll make our way kind of further east, is they do have a casino down here. This is part of reservation land here on the western part of the Maricopa area, as you can see. And it's a really nice casino. They do have, it's nice and updated. It's a pretty straightforward casino, but if you love to gamble, and there is actually a ton of jobs here at the Auction Casino as well. So if you are, if you love to gamble or if you need a spot to work, that's going to be a great spot for you to check out here on the southern part of Maricopa. There's the Walmart that we were referencing earlier. So again, if you're living out here, as we kind of make our way further out east, so if you are living out in like the further part in the eastern side of Maricopa, this is called Tortosa. This is a master plan community. There is a ton of brand new houses that are going on out here. Every major builder, you can definitely find them here. But one of the really cool things that they've done out here, they've made homes very, very affordable. So again, you can get a brand new home for the low 300,000s. These are 3 to 4 bedroom houses. And again, that is one of the main reasons why Maricopa is so sought after, is just how affordable the houses are. One of the really nice things that they've done with this master plan community, they don't have a community pool per se, but there's parks. I'm not kidding. There's literally parks everywhere. Park here, park here. They're further, further north. They have a little lake, in a little man-made lake again in the Tortosa area. So Tortosa is a really, really nice spot. The only thing and the only complaint that we've heard about, people that live out here is it's just a little too far. So again, if you are moving and if you drive to Phoenix every single day, you can expect to spend at least 50 minutes in the car if you're living out here in the Tortosa area. Now, on the flip side, one of the really nice things about being out here is it is dead silent at night. There's really not a lot of building, as you can see. There's just some neighborhoods here, here, here. So it's really, really quiet. It's not fully developed yet on this eastern side of the city. So I'm telling you, it is very, very quiet. Again, just one thing that you got to know if you are living out here is the closest, grocery store is going to be Walmart. And if you want to get back to that Honeycutt area, it's going to be at least 12 to 13 minutes. Walmart's about 10 minutes. Even though it looks close, it's still a little bit of a drive. So again, just some things to think about if you're thinking about living on the east side. But again, if you need to just get into, you're moving here and you want to just buy, a house and, get in at that starter price, this is going to be an amazing spot for you to live here on the eastern side. Now, one final thing that we'll touch on, and one really cool community that Maricopa has, is the Providence community. This is a 55 and older, and they have everything. It's gated, and they have a little guy in like his little watchtower. They have little canals and little areas of water that you can see here. So it's a really, really cool community. They have tons of green spaces throughout here, as you can see. So, and just look at what they got here in the community center. They got pickleball, they got tennis, they got bocce ball, they have a pool, they have everything. The only thing that they don't have is they do not have a golf course. But again, you have 2 really, really high quality golf courses down in Maricopa. So if you're just looking for a community that you can move and you get that 55 and older and everybody's kind of in the same boat, Providence is going to be an amazing spot, and especially for the prices. Again, you can get into these homes in I'd say low fours for sure. Typically, they're going to be a little bit higher, but most of these, you can find in the $400,000 and $500,000 range. Now, outside of that, this is again right behind like the Fry's Marketplace. This is going to be the Villages at El Dorado. Again, they do have a community pool, as we can see if we scroll in here. So if you're looking for a community pool and a little bit more community amenities, they do have one here in the El Dorado area in the Villages. Again, like I said, if you are able to move to Maricopa, these are definitely some of the main neighborhoods that you are going to want to look at. At least that's what my wife and that's what we were thinking when we were looking at homes, is trying to be up here, a little bit more into the northern part, just because of how close it is to Phoenix. Again, one of the main concerns that I have about Maricopa, and this is the number one reason why we did not move here, was just the move, or just the daily commute time. We do have a ton of people in our office that lived out of Maricopa. They don't mind. They've gotten used to it. So it's just up to you if you don't mind being in the car. Maricopa is an amazing, amazing spot, and I could not suggest it enough, especially if you are on a little bit lower end of the price range, or you just want a small and tight knit community outside of the city. Now, one final thing that we will touch on, guys. Again, if you like this video, make sure you click the like button and comment down below. I want to know your thoughts about Maricopa. What have you heard about moving to Maricopa? And what have your thoughts about this video? And in this video, guys, in this channel, we cover everything there is to know about moving to Phoenix. So if you're thinking about making a move, pause the video, jot down our contact information below. We would be happy to help and help assist you in your move. We moved here just over 3 years ago. There we go, from Nebraska, and we absolutely love it. It changed our life moving to Phoenix, so I want to help you change yours. So, guys, that wraps it up for our little map tour about Maricopa. Stay tuned for our vlog, pros and cons, and some of the top reasons why you should not move to Maricopa. Those are all in the works. So, guys, stay tuned and check out the other playlists that we have on our channel.